Have you ever been in that place where you have faith, but deep down you're not so sure anymore? Like everything is crumbling. You pray, but the words feel empty. You believe, but your belief feels shaky. You smile on the outside, but inside you're wondering if God is really there. If that is you, I need you to know something. You are not alone. And more importantly, you are not disqualified. Let me be honest with you. Faith is beautiful when it is strong. But what about when it is fragile? Nobody uploads reels of the tears that eat the pillow. But recently I came across two ladies that did that. But yet those moments are just as real as the testimonies that we see. And to be honest, shaky faith doesn't mean no faith. It just means that you are human. Even the greatest men and women in the scripture, Abraham, Moses, Thomas, the doubting Thomas, Peter, they all had shaky moments, but God still used them. So today let's talk about what to do when faith feels shaky. Not from a perfect, untouchable perspective, but from a place where we've all been. Welcome to Table Talk. I am Adasa. Stay glued on this space. Don't touch that dial. All right, the first step is simple. Acknowledge it. Be honest about it. Like, acknowledge that your faith is shaky. You need to be open about it. Pretending to be strong when you are falling apart inside doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody. It has never helped anyone. Think about it. A doctor can't heal what you want to reveal. It's okay to say, quote unquote, God, I'm struggling. My faith is weak right now. I don't know what to do. That doesn't make you less of a believer. It makes you real, and God works best with real. The second step, you need to remember your track record with God. Remember even the track record in the Bible. When life shakes you, you look back. Think of the last time you thought you would not make it, but you did. That bill that got paid somehow miraculously, that sickness passed, that opportunity actually came. If it showed up then, it will show up again. If it did it before, it can do it again. Memory is medicine for shaky faith. Sometimes the best way to face tomorrow is to remind yourself of yesterday's victories. Moving on to the third step, you need to feed your faith and starve your fear. Now, let me ask you this. What are you feeding on? Are you feeding on junks or you're feeding on the real food? If all you see and hear are bad news, negative people, endless worries, people talking about the economy, Tinubu this, Tinubu that, your faith will starve. But if you surround yourself with truth, with scripture, with positive voices, with stories of hope, your faith begins to rise again like bread. It go rise. Faith comes by hearing. Fear also comes by hearing. So check your diet. And the first step, take small steps. You don't need giant leaps when your faith is shaky. Start small. Pray a short prayer. Read one encouraging verse. And I would like to suggest the Psalms because David went through a lot that we can relate with. Take one act of obedience, small steps, build strong faith. Even mustard seed faith is still faith. And it's enough to move mountains. Even Jesus said that if you have faith as small as minute as a mustard seed, you can shake mountains, you can move mountains. Next up, surround yourself with people who hold you up. Sometimes you can't carry yourself. And that's when you need friends who will carry you. Remember the paralyzed man? It wasn't his faith that got him to Jesus. It was his friends. Even the woman with the issue of blood, I'm sure it was somebody, she heard somebody say that as Jesus is passing by, that she went to touch the hem of his garment. When your faith shakes, lean on the right people. Community can carry you where your faith cannot. Another, you need to give yourself permission to rest. Sometimes it's not doubt, it's exhaustion. You're not losing faith, you're just tired. You are not angry, you are just hungry. Even Jesus rested. He even withdrew to recharge. He rested. So rest, breathe, take time to reset. Faith grows in stillness as much as in action. Another thing to do is speak to your soul. There are days that nobody will be there to encourage you. That's when you talk to yourself. You say, quote unquote, I will get through this. God is with me. This season will not break me. Yada, yada, yada. All of that. Your mind listens to your mouth. Let your words shape your atmosphere. Additionally, shift your focus. Shaky faith often comes from looking too hard at the problem. Like Peter walking on water, it was fine until he focused on the storm. The more you stare at the problem, the more you stare at the storm, the bigger it looks. But the more you focus on God, the smaller the problems become. The smaller the problem becomes. Shift your gaze. Magnify the one bigger than your storm. And lastly, remember, shaky faith is still faith. Even if it's tiny like this, like a seed of gari or orange seed, you can move mountains. God doesn't wait for perfect faith. He works with shaky, trembling mustard seed faith. Even if all you can whisper is, Lord, help me, that's enough. Because faith isn't about how strong you feel, it's about who you trust. Now, who do you trust? Do you do when your faith is shaky? Number one, you admit it. Admit it. You remember God's track record. He has a track record of keeping his word. You feed your faith, not your fear. You take small steps. You lean on others. We all need each other to survive. You lean on others, so you rest. You speak life. You shift your focus. And remember that shaky faith is still faith. Don't let your shaking convince you are failing. Sometimes the shaking is just proof that you are human. You're a human being, and God is still faithful. So hold on. Keep moving. Your shaky faith today might just be your unshakable faith tomorrow. We all need each other to survive. I'm repeating that. So if this encouraged you, share it with someone who might need it right now. We all need each other to survive. Drop a comment about a time your faith was shaky, but God came through. It might just be the reminder somebody else needs today. I remember the time that I lost a hearing. I searched everywhere in the house, overturned cupboards, did everything. And at last, I was like, God, please, I really need to find this earring. Lo and behold, it was as if somebody tapped me from behind. And then I looked the same place that I overturned, the same box that I overturned and overturned and overturned. There it was, the jubilee, shining like a star. Believe you me, I was, what? The same place that I checked? That little faith got me to find that hearing. Oh, God was in the story. God was in the room, and he planted it there for me to find. This testimony is just a reminder that, God is faithful. All right, don't forget to follow Faithback for more encouragement to those.